Okay, good. Welcome everyone. I'm really glad that people came. I'm so glad to see you all. It's been almost 3 years I've been working on my diploma, and yeah, I can't really believe it's actually done, but it seems to be done as you are all here and I am here, and we're going to be talking about it. So that's really great. Yeah, I've prepared a little presentation, so I think I'll just dive into that so I can stop rambling freestyle. So let's see. I will share this presentation and share it, and then I will put it on the sharing this big mode. Does it look okay?
Oh, good.
Yeah, great, wonderful. Okay, good. The topic today thank you, Dominic, for being able to participate in the PermaTalks series, which was one of your diploma designs. It kind of feels really nice to be doing my diploma presentation as part of the PermaTalks series. Yes, my name is Lumia Huhdanpää Jais. And yeah, this is my diploma. So a few words about me first. Yes, I'm a Finnish person currently living in Finland. I just turned 41. I have my background, professional background is in business and administration, marketing, and I worked in IT for a long time. Yeah, I come from the countryside. I'm actually, we moved back to the home I grew up in about 9 years ago. We moved back, or I moved back and brought Dominic with me. We are living in rural Finland here, about 2 hours drive north from Helsinki. And yeah, just tried to put in a few key points in my life here. Yeah, Dominic. I met Dominic in 2005. So yeah, we've been a good team for over 20 years now, which is pretty cool. And then coming to the world of permaculture, it was actually, we were traveling together, and through some friends, we got invited to a PDC course, like final presentations event in 2014. And Dominic was like, oh yeah, this is really cool. And I was like, sure. but but yeah, then I did get the hang of it pretty soon, like understanding it aligns with lots of things that I've lived with my whole life, kind of. Yeah, then 2016 the possibility came to move to Finland and start this which started out as a homestead. Now we call it a permaculture design hub, little education center. It is still our home, and we call it Beyond Buckthorns. This place we have here in Pälkäne town, and which we've been developing for nearly 10 years now. And yeah, and then finally I was also able to do a PDC course in 2018, which was really, really nice. And yeah, just who am I? Who am I as a person? I put in a few pictures there. The first one is when I was starting the diploma, I was waiting for a bus, just taking some selfies, and the last one is from the introduction to permaculture course I gave last summer, another selfie. So yeah, that's me. I'm an entrepreneur. in my heart and as profession. Yeah, a rural advocate. I very much feel that people should have chances to live where they wish, even though it might not always be a city. I identify as a highly sensitive person. I'm very multi-passionate, or other people might call that all over the place, but I prefer multi-passionate. So I have quite a lot of interests and things I like to dedicate my energy and time to. They change from time to time, but it's never like just one. Definitely a learner and tester. You will see that in the diploma also. The Myers-Briggs, I'm an architect, sometimes goes more to the feeling side. So quite a practical mind. I think you'll also see that in the designs. And yeah, what I value very much is freedom with responsibility. I've always been kind of a free spirit, I guess. And there's not like a one word in English language, such as put in justice, equity, and fairness. There's another one. So a few words to describe me and my mind. Okay, now when you know that you know me, let's move on. Just a few more words about me. Skills and interests. Yeah, so these were some things I was adding into my diploma. When you do the diploma, you also need to do like a portfolio or like a CV about yourself. So I copied a few of those things from there in here. Yeah, I guess, yeah, I'm very value-based as a person, and once I get like a why, like a star to strive to, I'm very driven. I do have quite good, which has been very good for permaculture. I have a good eye for the big picture and the details, it's been very helpful. Also, I think I'm pretty self-driven, solution-oriented. Observation comes pretty naturally to me. Yeah, non-judgmental attitude. Also, what I've understood is quite important, no? To keep an open mind. It really helps in this work. Yeah, for my business, I have good IT and writing skills and some decent language skills, which is great. So I can read material in different languages. Yeah, my interest, I like action, so I like getting things done, kind of. Social design is really crystallized as something I'm very interested in. I love my vegetable garden. Generally, self-development topics. Coaching, teaching, and mentoring has definitely also come up during this diploma working time as something I really enjoy. Reading, learning very much. Volunteering, I volunteer quite a lot. And when I relax, I chill out with my cat, Miss Sophie. I go to the sauna and do some puzzles, but usually not everything at once. Okay, there's a few more projects. We'll get to the designs pretty soon. But yeah, okay. Permaculture projects beyond buckthorns, mentioned once again. Then we have a Rural Sustainability Association where I am working as vice president currently, or volunteering as vice president. Vihreä Pourusmäki. Pourusmäki is the old name for this this premise that we now call Beyond Buckthorn. So, and it's we wanted to have like not forget the Finnish name, so we put that in the association's name also. Then there's a really cool project that start with Luna Red, where we also have Kathy from that association on the line. We've got some Erasmus Plus funding thanks to the EU for a learning inspiring networking and knowledge sharing project. which is just starting now. I'm very excited about it. So it leans on permaculture. It's not like an actual necessarily a permaculture topic, but definitely has the ethics in its heart. And yeah, we will be doing some nice events with this project in the following year, and especially in 2016, 26. Yeah, I was also in the Finnish Permaculture Association, was one of the co-founders 2016, but I've since stopped that. Yeah, other than that, yeah, my business, we have a small business, Jason Snow. I'm the Snow. And yeah, we help small businesses with their web and marketing. So my main work is the entrepreneur work at Jason Snow. And then a few of the volunteering things I do. We do some fundraising for Romanian dogs. And then I was president for a good while for the local entrepreneurs association. I just stopped that, but I'm still active in the association. So yeah, volunteering really close to my heart. Okay, just a few more words about the diploma journey. So this hasn't been all dancing on roses. So it was 2019 when Dominic and me were both starting to think about getting our diplomas. We had done the PDC, and we've been like very interested in permaculture for a very long time, working on Beyond Buckthorns already for a few years. So we both decided to do the diploma. So Dominic chose the UK association, but me as a Finn, I wanted to try the Nordic Permaculture Institute. And I was researching some tutors there, and I didn't want to. We wanted different tutors with Dominic anyways. So I decided to contact one person and wrote them a pretty long, heartfelt letter about, wanting to start. And I got absolutely no answer. Absolutely no answer. And of course, I first thought, okay, the email must have gone somewhere or whatever. I tried different addresses. I never got any answer. Any answer. So that was, like I said, it was not a big thing as is, but it really, punched the wings out of my lungs as I write here too. Yeah, because at that time, I was very, very ambivalent about permaculture. I was very ambivalent. So I kind of loved it because the ethical baseline really aligned with everything I felt in my heart. The tools were good. The design emphasis of it was really, resonating with me. But the community at that time, at least, was, for me, it showed very toxic here in Finland and otherwhere else also. It was, yeah, well, what I wrote here, I'd seen the guru worshipping, this like, oh my God, we need the big names always, no respect for the community, horrible gatekeeping, besserwisserism, the scarcity mentality that says, there's always a constant fight, it's always a constant struggle, there's no abundance, and secrecy, and this cutthroat competition, which like none of this has anything to do with permaculture, really. Like, am I right or am I right? It just doesn't fit. But why did these people bring these things into the community and make it feel like the norm? So, yeah, I said, okay, apparently the community doesn't want me, and I don't want to be part of it anyway. So I said, sod it. No, I'm gonna leave the diploma be. But yeah, so I kept doing my own thing, learning on my own and supporting Dominic while he was doing his diploma. Yeah, he graduated 2021, which was amazing, absolutely great, and I was so glad to be of some help during that process. But yeah, by the early 2022, a few more things had broken down in the Finnish permaculture community, and for that and for several other reasons, I decided, okay, I'm gonna give it another go. It's too important to let it be just because someone has decided I'm not important enough to, play along in this sandbox. So yeah, I thought, okay, I'll forget the Nordics and choose the UK system, which was very well structured. And yeah, so I was searching the database and like, who should I write first? I had a few people there, and then I thought, okay, this Katie Shepherd, she sounds really solid, and she has, different topics and has knowledge about farming and social side and very interesting topics. So I think I'm gonna write her. And yeah, I wrote her, and one day back, about like one day in, she wrote me back, and yeah, that I was finally on the path for the diploma. So yeah, that was March 22. And yeah, so from this ambivalence and from this quite a lot of disappointments that I faced during those years before starting the diploma, and I've had quite a lot of disappointments with the community during the diploma too. But anyway, I wouldn't let that stop me anymore. So one of the few of the reasons why I really wanted to do the diploma. You remember, once I get my why, I kind of, you can't stop me. So what I've always wanted to do is leave the earth better off than when I got it or when I found it. Kind of, that's been my guiding star since I was, I don't know, 12. No. And another thing is the teaching. I've really learned to love teaching, and I've noticed that I can teach people. I'm not bad at it, and during with the diploma, I was thinking I can get the skills to do it even better, and I think it's definitely been helpful. Yeah, and again, this culture, I just want to, resist. Just with my plain existence and with my teaching and whatever I do, I can resist the closed-mindedness, the cutthroat mentality, the scarcity mentality. It's just none of it has any place in permaculture. And if I can teach one person permaculture that is really ethics-based, that is really people care, that is really earth care, that is really fair share, and have some kind of open-minded attitude towards it, then it's all worth it. Yeah. And yeah, living within our means, that was really something also that's interested me for a very long time. And I think it aligns very nicely with the fair share. Okay, good. I keep on ranting. Now, that was kind of the about me and my past. So now we can finally move on to the designs. And these are the designs I did. So I did a little herb spiral. Then I did like a little DIY cafe at the event called Nordic Permaculture Festival 22. Then the whole design of the Nordic Permaculture Festival 22, which was a group effort. Then a small, nice design called the weekly realignment process, some wood resilience, forestry project at Björn Buckthorn's introduction to permaculture course at Björn Buckthorn's, my action learning pathway, food forest project, personal digital permaculture, and the last one is a funny little design called Hoop House Reimagined. And I'm just going to walk you through them. I have 35 more minutes. No, we don't. We have 20. about 20 minutes. I think that's gonna be nice. Good, yeah, well, let's start with the little herb spiral. Now here's a few pictures. There's always like a slide with a few little pictures and some text, and then a few more pictures on the other slide of any projects that have, pictures that had some physical product. So yeah, herb spiral. Why did I want to do an herb spiral? Herb spirals are kind of some people think they're a bit even cliche because they are so, permaculture. What is permaculture? It's herb spirals, no? But it was a very good project to start, I think, because it was small, it was manageable, it was physical, it was tangible. So I could kind of use the project to learn how to do a diploma design, so to say. So of course I was learning about permaculture also, but like how to actually do this design, how to write about it, how to fulfill the criteria that needs to be fulfilled when doing a diploma design. And this was the right size project for it. So I used a SEAP process. I started with a vision in the front. So kind of first visioning what I want to have, and then collecting information, evaluating, analyzing, doing design, and applying the permaculture principles, and doing kind of the design, and then doing the actual work. And yeah, I was learning to use different kind of tools, client interviews, doing maps, relative location, plus minus interesting, SWOT analysis. It was pretty much, yeah, learning to design in a way. And yeah, I was writing in my I wrote like a real reflection when I was finishing up my diploma, and I was going through all the designs, and I had written in the herb spiral design, and this was, this was in May. I was building it in May 22, no? And I think I finalized design something in the autumn of 22. So I wrote, generally, I'm very happy not to have aspired for perfection, whatever that is even, but chose action. The herb spiral is ethical, functional, and beautiful. I am very happy with it, and I'm glad I got this design journey written down. The herb spiral is certainly not a unique permaculture design, but I am glad I could learn with it. And I definitely, I can definitely still agree with what I wrote then. So, and yeah, it's still there, no? So these were a few phases I was doing this. This was the area when it was still empty in the winter. I was observing where the snow falls, kind of. And yeah, then it was when I was starting, and then it's me building it. Miss Sophie's there, and this is how it was in the first summer. And yeah, it's still there. It's weathering its third winter, and yeah, I still grow quite a lot of herbs in it, and I talk about it in my courses, and it's definitely doing its job. Yeah, so I started with that, and then the next few designs were a bit different because these, well, actually not this one. This was still, I was doing it mostly during when I had already started the diploma work. But the next one, and they go in hand because this is like a little part of the next one. Because they were started before the design work had started before I started the actual diploma. So there was kind of, I had not documented the design work in such detail that I would for the other designs. And plus the other one, well, I'm going to talk about it later, but it was very different. This was here's a funny thing, actually. I was just like, I was going to, put it as a little bit in the other design, and then I think it was Dominic's like, hey, you understand this is design on its own, it's separate. No, and I was like, yeah, why not? Maybe. And it definitely was another small one. And what it was at the Nordic Permaculture Festival, which was a 3-day festival with about 150 people. And this was kind of like a DIY cafe or DIY snack bar that people could cheaply buy some extra snacks in addition to the food that was included in the festival package. And yeah, it had nice touch to it. No, really, it was like serve yourself, pay yourself. No, so that was quite nice. And then we were really trying to use up or like use stuff that would otherwise go to waste. We bought stuff from these shops that sell stuff that would otherwise go to waste, and the bananas there, you can see they're not, straight from the store and stuff like that. And it was so funny because I was kind of first I wanted to do the design for the people at Nordic Permaculture Festival. That everyone can have coffee whenever they want and have like snacks and don't need to be hungry, because it was a bit remote. There was not so easy access to a shop or anything. But it ended up being my mental safe space because I was the project manager for the whole of the festival, and I was like, I ended up doing like these rounds. I ended up walking around the festival premises again and again, and chatting with people and like, what do you need? Let me get that for you. The people who were working at the entrance and your people who were doing the teaching, stuff like that. And then whenever that, doing the rounds became too much for me, I would I would hide in the cafe, and I would go, oh yeah, I need to fill up everything. It was so funny. I didn't design it as such, but it definitely worked out like that. And yeah, I'm very thankful for this little design. It was set it up in this tiny garage. And yeah, just a few expressions. Here, my lovely fox box. There you would pay whatever you took. Yeah, no, that was a nice little design, and I was definitely getting a bit of the hang of it, how to do it. I was still very insecure, but it was good enough. It was good enough. And yeah, it went really very much hand in hand with the Nordic Permaculture Festival of 2022, which was in Finland here, in Vesilahti, which is a town about maybe 50 kilometers from where we live, which was very practical. So yeah, this was a group effort. We did Luby's design web mostly. We did it over and over and over again. So it's quite a long design, actually. It took like a year. It was a year's process designing the event. And yeah, we did use a lot of tools. We used quite a lot of time. And I think it was definitely an okay event then at the end. And this was, yeah, it was very, very challenging for me to do this design. Well, first of all, like I said, we had started the design work already in 2021. No, so I had intentional design everything, but it was not documented to the standard of a diploma. So it needed some, I needed to, get my notes in better shape, definitely. And then it was a team effort. We had a core team. Did we have like 7 people, kind of co-creating the event all the time. And of course, then on site, we had, many volunteers, like teachers and the practical volunteers. I think we had like 30, 40 people volunteering there. So it was very, very much a joint effort to get this thing done. And then because it was so much, no? So it actually is in 3 parts. If you want to have a look at it, it's on our website. It's in 3 parts, and my biggest problem was because I wrote everything down, and then I was like, okay, I need to send this to Katie for review. And then it was like, I think like 14,000 words or something. Like, okay, she's gonna be reading like 3 hours on this. I cannot send her anything like this, no? So, so I needed to pare down and pare down and pare down. And it was again very much learning about the diploma process, kind of, and how to make my work. I think you're getting the point. I'm pretty wordy. To get it understandable bit shorter. But yeah, I think it worked nicely. Oh yeah, I put in an extra slide for this. Yeah, it was a good event. Yeah, what was best? The trust I wrote here was the trust, kind of the trust we had in the team. It was amazing. This is the only design I have, which is like a team effort, not only with just for myself or with Dominic in this portfolio. And it was wonderful. It doesn't come naturally to me, so it was really, really great. Yeah, what was worse, not delegating enough. I hope to learn that lesson one day. No. And what would I change? I would ask more stupid questions like, if you have rented us this property and you know there are 200 people coming, why didn't you not tell us that there will not be sufficient water until one day before the event? And stuff like that. So, yep. But yeah, that was, and then I had written down for myself as the next steps, I want to use the design web better, which I did. So my first, oh yeah, there's the pictures. Yeah, there's a group towards the end, just a few images. I had a nice concert, quite a lot of different lectures. Yeah, I would have met now if I would do it. I would do more workshops, like practical workshops also. But it was a bit difficult at that location, so it was more lecture based. But anyway, yeah, it was a good time. Yeah, but speaking of the design web, then I decided in early 2023, I decided I will go to Luby's seed course. She ran it a few years. I think it's a different name now, but it's basically a course where you learn to use the design web and kind of do like a small design, small social design for yourself. And I did this thing that I call a weekly realignment process, which is basically, it's just me sitting down every week to review my week, plan my week, clean my desk, clean my brain. And yeah, it sounds so stupid and small, but it was really, really, really helpful. It's really, really helpful. And I do still use it to this day. I have had quite long gaps sometimes, but I do keep coming back to it because it's still helping me so much. And yeah, I wrote down here, I started feeling that I was slowly getting permaculture design. I was really getting like, what is a design process, and like how does it work, and how can you really use it?
Lumia, you've got 10 minutes, love.
Yes, all right. I have 5 more, 6 more designs. Yep. Yeah, the next one was I think this is might be, it's one of my favorites, definitely. So the wood resilience at Pianbakthon. So we have about 2.5 hectares of young forest here. And we do need some wood to heat the house. We have other heating methods also, but we do need some wood. And we've been worrying about, like, can we take wood from our forest? Is it enough? Like, can the forest regenerate if we take firewood? And I did I did a pretty good design. I think here I was really, I was learning a lot of tools, and I was using a lot of tools to find out how can the forest regenerate while keeping warm, only taking what we need. And yeah, I was doing maps. Here's a premise from it's an aerial image from 1949, and here is us. I think it was 2018 or something. So you can see the forest's been cut quite a lot before we came. And yeah, I was learning some forestry. This is me with a little chainsaw. And yeah, this was very, very helpful. I learned a lot about forestry. I wanted to learn a little bit more and do a course, but unfortunately I didn't manage to do the course, but I still have that hope. And it's so much nicer to work in the forest now that we know we can take what we need, and the forest will still regenerate at an amazing speed. Yeah, then another social design which I did was then the Introduction to Permaculture course at Björn Buckthorn's 23. So I wanted to give this course. It's like a weekend course on basics of permaculture, and I wanted to, design it so it would look like me, so I could speak about the topics that I know, and not just, follow someone else's curriculum. So yeah, that's what I did. What to say about this? It was really nice. So we had a nice full course. These images are from the first course, and actually then last year, 2024, I gave the course again, and it's actually a few friends from there who participated on this call also, which is really great. So this has been definitely something that is still living. I plan to give the course again this summer. So, and it's still the same design. Of course, it's, there's been some tweaking there, but it's a good design. It's a decent design, and it's been helpful. And yeah, I'm so thankful for the design because it's, giving me contacts to really cool people. Yep. After that was the action learning pathway. So this was a design. This was a rant. This was everything that needed to kind of come out during that time, because yeah, the problems I'd had with the permaculture community, and some people in it, not, of course not everyone, some people in it had escalated even further and further, and the situation was sometimes pretty horrible. And at this time I was like, I really had it, no? So I just wanted to finish the diploma and, kind of have it done, no? So I created the action learning pathway to help me power through the last designs, to really, just keep at it, no? And yeah, it was also a little turning point, because at this point I really started to twist some of the tools and twist some of the, expand the borders of like what the diploma design is, I think. And it was starting for me to be like, okay, design follows, like, I can change the tools the way I want, and I don't need to like push myself into the mold of the tool, so to say, no? Which was it was really good to understand. Sounds so self-explanatory, but it wasn't. Okay, the 8th design then was also 2024. It was we have a little area behind the house which used to be a food forest before, or it used to be like an orchard like 30 years ago. But it's still been abandoned for a long time, and the forest grew in there. So, so I thought to reclaim it, and this was again very land-based. I was able to use different kind of tools. And yeah, this is one thing I also noticed at that time. It was helpful to me to have an emphasis on the design, either learning permaculture tools or the subject. And this was definitely more the subject, no? So I was kind of using the tools I'd already used and learning about like what is a food forest, how does that system work. And yeah, it's a work in progress. It's not done. So we are continuing on building this. Yeah, this is a picture towards our house from that area, and here's a few pictures of working with friends, building a guild in the food forest last year. And yeah, two more designs. I'm sorry, I'm a bit late. Just hang on for 5 more minutes. Because this is really cool. This is really cool. Dominic had been working for several years on this book called Digital Permaculture, or this concept of digital permaculture, and then it became a book. And he published the book, and I thought, okay, this is, I need to do a design so I can demonstrate like how it works, like how does the permaculture ethics and principles work in the digital realm. And yeah, I first of all recommend getting the book, reading the book, and then you can read my design also. It's at our website. I have the links later. I think it's a decent example of like how these concepts that might be pretty unfamiliar to many permaculture people really can make a difference in our day-to-day lives. And it's because the digital part of our lives is nowadays so big. There's this one research from the United States. It's like, do you know how long we sit on screens in our lives? It's 44 years. Like, can you believe that? Sitting on screens for 44 years and not designing that, claiming to be a permaculturist and not, not thinking about the garden or whatever. Yeah, this is a groundbreaking work, and I was really glad to be able to use it in my diploma so early on. And the last one, this was a fun one. Yeah, this is not done yet, so this is not implemented. We have this old hoop house frame, and the plastic just, rotted away. Well, didn't rot, crumbled away, and we had to toss it a few years back. And we were thinking like what to do with the frame. We've been trying to put on new plastic, but it doesn't really work. So I did this funny little design. It's like, first of all, I was asking like, what could it be? And then I was thinking, where could it be? So it was like a 2-part design. And what was funny about it is like, I didn't have any vision. I didn't have any idea what to do. So I was kind of like, okay, I'm going to go into this process and see what happens. And it was quite nice. It was quite funny ideas. It is here below. You can see it will be like a little mini vineyard yoga studio wind chime park. So let's see if I indeed create this summer. So I will let you know. Yep. So yeah, those are the designs. And yeah, what the journey's been really, it's been 11 years, no? And there's been many steps. There's been the good and the bad, and the really good and the really bad. And yeah, like like I write here, if I'd known what were to come, I would never ever have started. No, thank you. So, but it's so good not to know what comes. I think otherwise life would just be very, very boring. But yeah, that is almost it. This could have gone on the first page also. I could not have done this without many people. First of all, Dominic, I honestly could not have done it without you, so thank you. My mom, Sirpa, I honestly also think I could have probably not been able to do it without her. Katie, my tutor, it's been very valuable having you kind of in my team. I have to thank our little cat, Miss Sophie. She must be my best friend. All my other friends, my good colleagues, all the chances to grow, learn, and share. And not least myself. I want to thank myself for pushing through and not giving up. Yes, that's it. Here are a few links to some of the projects we run. And that concludes the presentation. Sorry, I went over.
Fantastic. Massive well done, Lumia. That was amazing. That was really, really great. Yeah, feel free to turn your microphones off, everybody, if anybody wants to kind of like clap or celebrate in any way. Yeah. Massive well done, Lumia. Yeah, that was so good, and such a really great representation of my understanding of your diploma as well. So yeah, I just wanted to make it super clear. You hardly ran over by anything, by the way. It was totally fine. Really, really well timed. And yeah, just to make it super clear, like I don't think I said this at the beginning, that Lumia already knows that she has her diploma. She's all of her designs in her portfolio, 10 designs, all meet the criteria for her diploma. So this is very much a celebration event. She already, it's not a case of, you know, being assessed at this moment in time. She already knows that this is very much a celebration. So if anybody wants, I know that Lumia put this on the information about this call, but if anybody wants to kind of dive into Lumia's amazing designs anymore, go to her website that she put the link on for. Her designs are all there. Lumia's got this, you can probably tell from the way she presents, she's got this beautiful kind of reflective storytelling style in her designs, and they're super grounded in the ethics and the principles. And yeah, I really, really recommend that yeah, you have a look wherever you are in terms of learning about permaculture. They're really accessible designs there. So yeah, so we have now got 15 minutes together where oh, and I've just seen that Dominic has put the website link in the chat as well. So we've got some 15 minutes together now for some questions for Lumia. So there might be questions about her presentation or about her designs, very much kind of in a celebratory kind of nature of questions. So we're going to start off questions from anybody who knows that they're in Lumia's peer review group. So I'm just gonna just have a quick look at the chat as well and just see if, yeah, no questions in there. They were just tech issues, so that's totally fine. I'm really rubbish about looking at the chat sometimes, so I get carried away with the screen too much. So does anybody have a question that they want to ask Lumia? Feel free just to either give us a wave, or it might be just like a couple of sentences of feedback, anything like that. Yeah, go for it, Kit. I see your hand.
Lumia, thank you so much for that. That was beautiful. I really enjoyed reading your designs. What I wanted to say, it's not really a question, it's just an appreciation. That I really appreciated the way you talked about making frameworks and tools fit you rather than the other way around. Because you said in your presentation it should seem like obvious or something like that, and it's like it really isn't. For like everybody I've spoken to in this process, it really isn't, and it's really nice to see that in action. I found that very inspiring, so thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, Kit. Is anybody else? I see you, Carla.
Hi, thanks, Lumia. That was really brilliant. I really enjoyed it. I wondered which, if you can say, which was your favourite design and which was your least favourite design, if you've got them.
Yes, I've been thinking about it. It's and so many, like, from where you look at them, I think, you know, the wood resilience, it was really, in a way, my favorite, because it's really one of the best, because it's like I learned a lot. It really solved a problem. It's still very helpful. So it was like, and I really, like, at that time I was starting to feel I understand, like, what I'm doing slowly, not feeling like a complete cheater here or something, you know. So that's definitely at the top. But I do have to say I don't dislike any of them. No, the first ones, like, looking back, they are like pretty, you know, cute, and really looking for the steps and looking like how to do it. But they're not bad, no.
No, I was thinking your least favourite, not that you dislike them necessarily, but sort of.
Yeah, at least maybe, which was the food forest. It just keep dragging on and on, and I was doing research and research and research, like, will this ever become a design? Maybe it was just like, will these plants never end? How many books are there on this topic that I still need to read? It was like, it was probably, apart from the Nordic Permaculture Festival, the most massive one. So maybe it was like I was getting agitated to kind of finish. Maybe that.
Thanks, Lumia.
Thank you. Any other questions from the peer group?
Alexi.
Yeah. Alexi, go for it.
Yes, thank you. Lumia, congratulations. First thing and foremost. Also, don't have really much of a question, but more like an appreciation of the amount of work you have done for this, and the fact that you are sharing it with us. It's impressive. It's massive. And I know exactly that for myself, that is not something I am interested to do, but amazing nonetheless. And I would say that I'm especially impressed with the wood resilience one. I think it is also, I want to myself dive into this type of thing so much as well. And your weekly realignment also, that is the probably for me the most important that you have done, because it is such a profound thing that I think also we need to take care of ourselves in order to be able to continue. So amazing job, Lumia.
Fantastic. Thank you, Alexis. And Alexi, we will have more time as well to review things, so that's great. Thank you. Maria, I see your hand up as well. Do you want to have a question for Lumia?
Yes, of course. I want to say a lot of things to Lumia, but I will save it till the rest. Yes, about the designs, I want to ask, do you have a favorite tool, or maybe some revelation tool that you didn't want to use, but when you used it, you realized, like, wow, it is life-changing? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good question. Good question. Yes. I actually wanted to think about it in advance, but then I forgot. So now I have to just answer. I use the plus minus interesting a lot. No, that's such a simple thing to, for me, it seems pretty simple, and I like to use it a lot. And I think I've used it in many designs. And then there was this, the 6 thinking hats. I wanted to use the 6 thinking hats for such a long time, and I never really got, like, good. I was trying to use it, but I didn't really get the idea or, like, how to do it. And then finally at the action learning pathway, I was like, really, I did it just by myself. No, so I didn't do it in the team. No, but it was really eye-opening. You know, even just doing it yourself, doing this, like, pretty deep work with yourself, it was really good. And yeah, I did try many tools, and some are definitely, like, favorites, and some I don't think I'll use that much again, but those are definitely ones I think I'll come back to again and again.
Yeah,
Thank you.
brilliant. Yeah, it's just a couple of things that have come up in the chat, Lumia, so I'm just going to have a little look here. Oh, Chris had to leave. Luna has needed to leave as well, but yeah, both send lots of gratitude and well done as well. So yeah, Iska's put, you discover the complexity of things when you try to design them. Yeah, very good point there. Fantastic. So yeah, we've still got another few minutes. So is there anybody else from outside of the peer group who wants to? Oh, Dominic, sorry, I saw your hand up there. No, go for it, Dominic. Go on. Sorry, I didn't see you there. You're so busy there coordinating the attack. I didn't see your hand up.
No worries, Katie, no worries. Lumia, congratulations. Paljon onnea. Amazing. I don't fully agree with your observation or the conclusion that you would not be able to have done it without me. I would say you're more than capable to get that done without me. So I really enjoyed all the conversation we had during that time. That was an amazing time. I have one question. Do you have principle that you have kind of ingrained, something that comes naturally to you? So like, oh yeah, let's use this.
Yes, this was actually also what I wanted to think in advance, but then again, the time. Yeah, but because answer is so boring. It's definitely observe and interact. It just is. No, it's my nature is very observing. I do have, like, I notice pretty much everything. Sometimes I feel so. That's something that's really come naturally. And another one is small and slow solutions. Those are a few of the easiest for me. I've been trying to use different ones, to challenge myself, but those are really I don't know, they kind of very much align with what I like to do.
Nice choices. Callan, I see your hand up as well. Do you want to ask a question?
Yes, I do. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Lumia, for such an interesting, I think, conversation. I think it was more than just a presentation. I think you bring a lot of technical knowledge and interest, but also a lot of sensitivity to the approach. So I felt like it was way more than just a presentation. It was conversation. So I thought of imagining or thought of asking you something kind of outside of the, let's say, the scope of just what was here. What would you like to design that has not been in your reach until now? And maybe one day, if you get the chance, you'd be able to tackle that.
Wow, wonderful question. Let me think about it a little bit. So there was, just to talk myself warm, there were definitely like designs that, like, for example, after the weekly realignment process, I had a design, like I thought I would be doing like a design about my health, and combining the garden with my health a little bit. I never got around to doing that, so I still find that very interesting. I think now I definitely know how to do it in a way that it would be beneficial. But yeah, I've been getting more and more into cultural change, the human side of it, and I've been thinking, coming from business, I've been looking into things like degrowth and post-capitalism world. So I think I'm kind of like, I'd really be interested in bringing the permaculture, the permaculture action. Permaculture is very, hands-on, no? And these topics seem to be very academic, no? And the people I meet there, they don't seem to have many solutions or, very a positive view towards the future, or like feeling that they're empowered to do something. I don't know. That might be really something I've been thinking about. I don't know how to do it yet, but thank you for that question. I think that might be something going in that direction.
Those sound like fine design topics, Lumia. I'm really interested to see where you go with those. Yeah, fantastic. So yeah, we're about 15 minutes now that we've had for questions and answers. So I really think that this is the right time to do this little maneuver that's very strange on the screen, but I have Lumia's certificate here for her diploma. It arrived through my letterbox yesterday directly from Kath at the Permaculture Association. She actually brought it to my house as well. So massive well done, Lumia. This will be going in the post to you tomorrow. I'll put it in the post. So yeah, congratulations. Yeah, really, really well done. So now the plan is that everybody will be leaving the call now. I know that Dominic's going to keep the Zoom room open from Finland, and the Lumia's peer review group, you all know who you are. I know most of you have asked questions. We're going to be having a break for just over 5 minutes, about 7 minutes. So we're going to come back onto the call at 6:45. So it's 17:37 now. So when you leave the call, maybe just turn your microphone off and your camera off, and then come back, go for comfort break, come back at 2:45, and we'll spend 45 minutes together reviewing, doing some review work together, really kind of informally and lovely, like, you know, in a very relaxed way, till 6:30, and then Lumia will join us again. And anybody else that wants to join, I know Lumia said that there might be some other people that wanted to join back in as well, and to hear Lumia's peer review group, to give her some more kind of detailed feedback as well about her work. So yeah, that's the plan. So just to recap, we'll all leave now. Dominic will keep the call open. Peer review group will come back at 2:45. And then Lumia and anybody else who wants to will come back at past, come back onto the call, and we'll have some more time together giving Lumia some more detailed feedback. So brilliant. If I don't see you again, it's been really nice to see you on the call. And if not, we'll see you again very soon.
Thank you very much, Katie. See you later.
See you later.
Thank you everyone for being there. It was really nice to have you all here.